Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We're at the Eschbach Access, hiking the McDade Trail. Well, we'd like to give you our thoughts on not hiking Dingman's Falls, but hiking McDade Trail. So why didn't we hike Dingman's Falls?
Well, when we arrived, unknowingly, we found out that no pets are allowed on the trail. And
Yeah.
we have Phoebe with us.
We were going to take a hike at Dingman's Ferry, and this is what we found. Pets prohibited. Yeah, so, Bushkill Falls, pets were allowed. I looked on all trails. I didn't see anything that said pets were not allowed. So we made the drive. It's about 35 or 40 minutes from the Delaware Water Gap, Pocono Mountain KOA, up to Dingman's Falls. And we pulled into the visitor center, and right there on the sign it says, no pets. And I don't remember seeing that on any of the programs or the websites on the phone. So that was a surprise to us, a little frustrating, but there's no way we were going to leave Phoebe in the truck alone. So we decided to head back, and on the way back, Marie suggested that maybe we should hike on one of the other trails that we're passing. And which one did we choose?
McDade.
So we chose the McDade Trail. This trail's little over 30 miles, goes along the Delaware River in the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. And we decided to get on that trail at Eschbach Landing. So Eschbach Landing is an area that you can launch your canoes and kayaks and rafts into the Delaware River. So, if we had another couple camping with us, maybe we would have put one truck there and then one where we would exit the river, and we could have kayaked the Delaware River. But it was just Marie and I on this trip, so we didn't want to do that. But we did check it out to see what the Eschbach Landing looks like, and we picked up the McDade Trail at Eschbach Landing. What did you think of that trail?
It was nice. It was a nice trail to hike. We only did about maybe a little over a mile or two.
Yeah, a mile or two. It's because it's right by the river, it's relatively level.
Mm-hmm.
And wide enough that it looks like it's wide enough, almost like an access road to get through. So if you're disabled or you have mobility issues, you could run your device on that pathway, I think, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
There were no heavy rocks or anything, boulders or anything like that you had to climb over. It was a pretty flat path going through there.
Right.
So that would be a nice trail if you have a group that likes to hike and you want to do some tent camping. They have areas along that trail for group camping. So if everybody's backpacking with tents, you could hike 10 or 15 miles, set up camp, have your dinner, sleep there in the evening, and then finish your hike the next day. So that trail, I think, would really be a great trail for like scouting groups and the outdoor clubs to do some hiking in the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. And that Eschbach Landing and that part of the trail was maybe 20 minutes from the KOA campground that we were at. So that would be relatively short if we were going to be putting the kayaks in there and running downstream a bit. Mm-hmm. So the McDade Trail runs along the Delaware River. And Eschbach Access is a place you could drop your canoes or your kayaks if you're going to kayak the Delaware River. So we are headed downstream. What do you think of this trail, Marie? Yeah. Could actually put a wheelchair on here, or, you know, a scooter, be able to do this part. So it is accessible. There's a bunny. Does she see it? What'd you see, Phoebe? You can tell when she's tracking, her tail moves in all different directions. Now this pathway can also be used by bikers. So a couple regulations to keep in mind when you're on this trail. The speed limit is 15 miles an hour. Bikers must yield to hikers. No motorized vehicles. Leashed pets are permitted along the trail except at Milford and Smithfield beaches and between Smithfield Beach and Hialeah from late spring to early fall. Camping only permitted at the Dingman's campground. See the Delaware River right over there. A lot to do up here in the Delaware Water Gap area. Now this trail is about 31 miles long, and there seems to be egress and access points between every 1 and 5 miles. So there'll be a section of this trail that you can find if you're only going to do part of the trail and not hike the entire 31 miles from start to finish. Camino Trail? Is this what it was like? What do you think, Phoebe J? You're now a hiking Cocker Spaniel, not just a camping Cocker Spaniel.
I got it through walking.
Yeah, we'll go a little further.
Huh?
We'll go a little further. What do you think those plants are, Marie?
I believe that it's Pachysandra. Looks it. That's what's growing at our house with poison all over.
There we go. So if you're looking at Pachysandra, be careful, it might be full of poison. So the McDade Trail goes virtually the whole length of the Delaware Water Gap. What bird was that? Did you see that bird? It'd be up in this pine tree. This trail is named after Joseph McDade, a congressman who represented the district. And of course we got on the trail at the Eshbach River access, just off of 209. I thought maybe we would see the water, but yeah, we could do a hike another time when we come back. I'm sure we'll come back up to this area. I like when her tail goes nuts when she's tracking. Okay. After hiking on this trail for a bit, we realized that this is an excellent biking trail also. And since bikes are permitted on this trail, we'll probably come up here with another couple or a group and put one truck at one end and a car at the other end and do a bike ride along the McDade Trail. And then also we'll probably do the same thing with the kayaks, put a truck at either end and drop the kayaks in the Delaware River.
Girl.
Here you go, Phoebe.
She listened and she stopped, right?
I guess.
Girl.
Now, if we wanted to take the bikes on this trail, we would leave Phoebe back in the camper, but she's not left there unmonitored. We use the waggle system, and that monitors humidity, temperature, and electric. So if electric would go out at the campground, for instance, we would be immediately notified, and it will run on batteries up to 12 hours. So we would still be able to monitor the temperature of the camper for 12 hours after the electric's off. But that would notify us that we have to return right away and get back to the camper. So we really do like the waggle system as extra security to monitor Phoebe. Now here we're approaching the Eshbach landing where we parked the truck to take this little hike, and you can see there is parking on the right hand side there, and then there is access to the Delaware River just beyond the truck. So we definitely would recommend a longer hike on the McDade Trail because it's not the heavy intense hiking trails that you might find like we did up in Sugarbush, Vermont, where we're climbing over rocks. We don't have that on this trail. So look, if this video helped you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps me out a lot. Also ring that bell, you'll be notified every time we put up a new video, usually Fridays at 8 a.m. every week. And give us a thumbs up, that helps it be seen by a wider audience. But more important than all that,
Go have some fun out there.
hey, thanks for watching.